This video is sponsored by, who am I kidding? It's sponsored by me. Right, now we've had some pretty foul weather, a handful of storms in the UK, plus I've had man flu. I've been really bloody ill. So I haven't done a huge amount of riding of the bike, either of the bikes, and I've been staying at home in the warm trying to get better. But I've got a few additional plans, things that I want to alter, change, modify on this bike. So I'm just going to quickly run through those today. Now the first one is the old Triumph logo, the original Meriden Triumph logo, as opposed to the modern Hinckley logo. Now I personally prefer the old logo. So something I want to do is to convert this bike to as much as I can and as many as I can to the older logo, which has just got it, the swirl from the R goes round the end of the H, as opposed to on the modern one it goes to the start of the H, the left side of the H. So that means those that I can do, tank, I can definitely do them. That T, Union flag and T on the knee pads, that's going to stay. The embossed Triumph on the back of the seat, that will stay. I'd like to change that. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but I would like to change that one. And then we've got one or two other T's kicking around. There's the handlebar is going to be changed anyway, so that will disappear. The Union flag T in the Speedo, that's going to stay. So I haven't got too much to change. Now the second thing, I'm quite chuffed with my exhaust, but the downside is, and I didn't really take this into consideration when I did it, I can't take that side panel off without removing the exhaust. So there are going to be some side panel modifications. I'll go around the other side and that'll give you a bit more of an explanation as to what I'm thinking of doing. Right, at the moment they're just competition number boards, and they're attached to the bike the same way that the original side panel's attached to the bike. So they just pop in and off like that. I just made a bracket on the back and they go into the original grommets. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'll attach a strip along there. That one will have to be spaced out slightly, just so that it's level and it avoids all the gubbins that's behind the side panel, and a strip along there. Now I hear you say there's nowhere to attach it on this side. Well, I've thought of that, and what I have is some of these cable brackets, black plastic cable brackets. They're industrial cable brackets, and I will put one on there, same on the other side, so that the strip can bolt from there to the bracket. And then I'm thinking aluminium, triangular piece of aluminium that will basically fill up pretty much the whole of that gap, but it will sit a lot closer to the bike, both sides. The top will be held on with 2 bolts, bottom with 1. So the exhaust on the, imagine the other side, well actually I'll go back round there in a moment, but the exhaust goes along, so the 2 bolts will be on top of the exhaust, one will be below it. I can just undo them, slide it out the top without removing the exhaust. Now at the moment the only sheet aluminium I have is checker plate, and I don't really want checker plate, but a thought occurred to me. I could just turn the checker plate over the other way. It's smooth on one side, it's got the grippy ribs on it the other side. I can just turn it over so the grippy ribs face inwards and the smooth side is on the outside, and they will almost certainly be painted black. So it's just going to be really a means of hiding all the electrical gubbins. On this side you've got various sockets, filters, connections, cables that go down to your ABS pump and all the rest of it. On the other side there's relays, fuses and the like, and it's just purely to cover that up. So yeah, let's just have a look at the other side. So the idea will be, there'll be a couple of bolts up here holding the top of it, one just underneath the exhaust, so you can undo those three, just slide it out the top. And of course at the moment, I mean, it stands away from the bike a fair bit. If it's pushed in a bit more flush, there's going to be more of a gap between it and the exhaust, and they'll be made of metal, so there won't be any danger of things melting and distorting. So they're two plans for sometime in the future. I'm not going to rush at this. I've got plenty of other things to do, like get better and ride the damn thing. But I can get onto that, and will get onto that as and when. And a lot of that will be built off the bike, ready to just basically bolt it in place. It'll be a 5-minute job to put everything into place. It might take me a few days of head scratching and drawing plans on the back of a cigarette pack to actually work out how I'm going to do it. But there are two additional plans. So at the moment I've got a bit of a queue of jobs. Change the handlebars, change the side panels, change several of the Triumph logos on the bike. I'll keep you informed, and as and when I work out how I'm going to do what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, I'll pop a quick film together, and I can show you how I did it. And I promise there will be more riding videos coming up very soon. It's very cold today and I'm still not quite 100% myself, so I'm not going out on it today. I'm staying in the warm. But anytime soon, the cold normally doesn't bother me. It only bothers me when I basically feel like shit, which I have been doing for the last 10 days or so. So in the meantime, please give me a thumbs up. Any comments on whether you think that what I'm going to do is good, bad or indifferent are always appreciated. No, I don't necessarily agree with them. But you might come up with an idea I hadn't thought of. And subscribe and tell your mates, and do all the other nice things, and I will be back very, very soon. Take care.